Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
Manor. Today it's our Bhagavad Gita class, and we'll be studying Bhagavad Gita chapter 12 verse 8. And before I start, I wanted to start off with a small kirtan, and then I'll seek blessings from my guru and all the devotees present here and online that I may say something useful. But first, starting off with some kirtan. Please repeat. Shri Radha Gokulananda ki jai. Shri Sitaram Lakshmana Hanuman ki jai. Shri Gauranathai ki. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So thank you so much for coming again to just bring this down a little bit. Haribo. Okay, that's probably better. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, thank you so much for coming to this evening's Bhagavad Gita class. We're reciting or studying chapter 12 and verse 8 of the Gita. And if you have your weather base on you, please do open it up so you could follow along. But first, I wanted to seek blessings from my teachers, from my guru, from all of you present here and online, that I may say something useful today. My voice is going, so please, hopefully it doesn't go in the middle. But I'll seek, first of all, I'll seek some blessings, I'll say some prayers. Om Jnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parichanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamshya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vinda Vinishwari Vishapanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripiya Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhevacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So now recite the verse line by line, and please do follow. And then if anyone wants to volunteer to recite, please, I'll give you the opportunity to. But Mayeva Mana Adhaswa Mayeva Mana Adhaswa Mayeva Mana Adhaswa Mai Buddhim Niveshaya Mai Buddhim Niveshaya Mai Buddhim Niveshaya Niveshishyasi Mayeva nivashishyasi me eva. Nivyashishyasi me eva. Ata utram na samshayaha. Ata utram na samshayaha. Ata urtvam na samshayaha. Would anyone like to lead? Mayeva manadasva. Mahi buddhim niveshaya. Nivashishyasi mayeva. Ata udvam na samshayaha. Anyone else? Mai eva manasva. Mai buddhim niveshaya. Nivashishasya mai eva. Ata udvam na samshayaha. Anyone else? If not, then I'll say the word for word translation of this verse, and please repeat after me. So, may upon me, ever, certainly, manaha, mind, adastva, fix, may upon me. Sorry. But so sorry. Okay, hopefully I'll wait. I'll go straight to the class, right? So sorry, I've been getting reflux today, so it's been that should be fine. So just straight to the translation. Just fix your mind upon me. So please. The Supreme Personality of Godhead. And engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always. Without a doubt. Okay. So one who is engaged in Lord Krishna's devotional service. So this is the purport. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. One who is engaged in Lord Krishna's devotional service lives in a direct relationship with the Supreme Lord. Would anyone like to volunteer to read the purport, if possible? Okay, thank you so much for reading the purport. Hopefully I'll survive the class. So this verse describes a person who has actually developed an attachment for Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by transcendental love. And in the next verse, it talks about someone who has not developed an attachment for the Supreme Person by transcendental love. So for the second class, there are different prescribed rules and regulations one can follow to ultimately be delivered to the stage of attachment to Krishna. Bhakti Yoga is a purification of the senses. So at the present moment, in material existence, the senses are always impure. They can be compared to venomous serpents. They want to act very loosely and without restriction. But by the practice of Bhakti Yoga, these senses can become purified. In the purified state, they become directly in contact with the Supreme Lord. And if by intelligence one engages one's mind in Krishna consciousness, by complete surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then automatically the mind becomes stronger. And even when the senses are very strong, like serpents, they'll be no more effective than serpents with broken fangs. So we may be engaged in some service to some master, for example, our boss at work. But we don't, when you work at work, we don't really love our boss. We just do it for our pay salary, really. So we simply follow the instructions of our boss to receive our salary. And also our manager doesn't love us as such. So there's no question of love, right? But in spiritual life, one must be elevated to the pure state of love. This stage of love can be achieved by practice of devotional service with all of our present senses. So this love of Godhead is currently in a dormant state of everybody's heart. And the love of God is manifest in different ways, but is contaminated by material association. The heart has to be purified of material association, and that dormant natural love for Krishna has to be revived. That is the whole process. To practice the regulative principles of yoga, Bhakti Yoga, one should, under the guidance of an expert spiritual master, follow certain principles. One should rise early in the morning during the Brahma Muhurta period and take bath. And the recommended time for grihastas, I know it's a bit early, is 5 a.m. actually, when you ask our seniors. And then offer prayers and chant Hare Krishna, then collect flowers, offer it to the deities, make food stuff, and then honor the prasad, and so on. So there are various rules and regulations that one should follow, and one should try, and one should try and constantly hear the Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam from a pure devotee. This practice can help anyone rise to the level of love of Godhead, and then we could be sure of our progress to the spiritual kingdom of God. This practice of Bhakti Yoga, under the rules and regulations, with the direction of a spiritual master, will surely bring one to the stage of love of Godhead. So here, two kinds of spiritual practices are talked about. One is that one can just fix their mind and intelligence on the transcendental personality of Godhead. Someone who is constantly able to remember and meditate upon Krishna, the spiritual source of everything. The personality of transcendence, the highest meditation we could have. And this type of love is described as pure love, which is unmotivated, uninterrupted, and completely to satisfy his son, completely to satisfy Krishna. So first, Krishna is recommending that. So he's saying, if you first try and remember me 24 hours a day, that is the perfection of our life. And Lord Chaitanya showed this. He was a perfect example of someone who perfected this. So 500 years ago, Lord Chaitanya went to perform a ceremony for his father. His father had passed away, and he went to perform Bindi, which is the ceremony for the deceased forefathers, to send them a packet of good karma and spiritual blessings. You could probably relate to this now because it's Shraddha at the moment, right? So it's actually very important. So he went to do that ceremony, but as he was going on his route to Gaya, he happened to meet his great spiritual master, Ishvarapuri. Ishvarapuri was the disciple of Madhavendra Puri, and he was a very powerful spiritual master. Then Lord Chaitanya decided that he needed to get initiated. So initiation means when we get the spiritual shelter and guidance of a spiritual master. Sometimes we are trying to find a spiritual way by reading all types of books and self-help books, and we think it'll help us. But searching here and there on our own, we are not sure whether we are doing the right thing or not. So sometimes it feels good, and sometimes we are not sure. And we think, is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? So we're kind of searching in the dark. That is what it is like when you don't have a spiritual master or a mentor to guide us. We would hit our leg against something when we walk in the dark or slip. So Lord Chaitanya felt that if I want to cross over this material ocean of material conditioning that comes with being born in this material world, I want to cross this, right, he said. So we don't know our full potential. So we all need to have a spiritual guide in our lives. Otherwise, we may waste our human form of life. So Lord Chaitanya asked Ishvarapuri Maharaj to give him initiation. But initially, Ishvarapuri was hesitant. He said that, no, you are a very great scholar, and what can I teach you? And somehow he avoided to give him initiation. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu insisted. He fell at his feet and grabbed them and begged him, please give me initiation, otherwise I won't be able to cross the ocean of birth and death. Unless I have a bona fide spiritual master, I'll be like a ship set loose on the ocean, and the waves and the wind, without a captain, just being rocked and pushed and chopping, and I don't know where it will take me, because there's no captain to guide in this path. So you give me initiation, he was begging. So 500 years ago, Ishvarapuri finally said, okay, I'll give you initiation, because you are so persistent and sincere. So he gave him initiation and spoke the mantra, the Harinam initiation mantra, which is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And after that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu transformed and became a totally different person. His dormant love for Krishna completely awakened. He felt so much love that he started to sing and dance. He felt so joyful. He felt so much separation, he wanted to see Krishna. His desire was for knowing Krishna. His love for Krishna, everything erupted like a volcano. So he was singing and dancing in the Vishnupad temple in Gaya, so which is a very special temple, and with the lotus footprint of Vishnu. So Vishnu actually went there. So it's got the lotus print, like it's got the marks of Vishnu's lotus footprints there. So in that temple, he was dancing, and he was so ecstatic. And then all of a sudden, he realized that everyone is looking at him. So he felt a little conscious. And when he started doing his Shraddh ceremony for the deceased father. In this ceremony, there are two parts. You offer some worship to the lotus feet, to the footprint of Vishnu, and you offer some food. And these offerings are like a sacred sacrament. And then all these offerings are offered to benefit the forefather. And if you have any grandparent or great-grandparents or uncles or some person that has already passed away that you'd like to send them a package of good karma, so in their next life they have, for example, the cancer miraculously cured, or all of a sudden things become positive in their life, then you should and so they don't go to the hellish condition and everything becomes good again. You should perform Shraddh, or the Pinda ceremony. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu led by example. So people who want to send their forefathers this kind of spiritual blessings, they are called Putra or Putris. Pu means hell, and Tra means to deliver. So someone who can deliver their mother, forefather, or ancestor from a hellish condition are called Putra or Putri. A son or daughter or a grandson who is very helpful for them. It's said that the one thing married people should hope for is that their descendants, children, or someone amongst them would be so kind as to perform worship like this and send them a spiritual boost, merit, which may save them from the cycle of birth and death. So, whilst Lord Chaitanya was doing this ceremony and was bathing the footprint of Vishnu with milk, honey, and yogurt, and other natural things, he started to feel so much love for Vishnu. And his tears were falling from his eyes. And his body was quivering. He was ecstatic. From that point, Lord Chaitanya was very much focused. Somehow his love awakened. Before he was a professor and a great scholar, he was a religious person, but he wasn't apparently always focused on Krishna. Of course, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's just an example, by the way. So it looked like he had other preoccupations like academics and winning debates. But from that point on, everything was centered around Krishna. He became the prime example of Krishna consciousness. So this is what the verse is referring to someone who is completely absorbed in Krishna. Yeah, this you may argue is very difficult. As to be completely absorbed in Krishna, you have to love him. Just like someone who is infatuated and absorbed in thinking about someone. And this kind of total absorption is talked about in this verse. So the type of love you could imagine is that of two lovers. Love at first sight. And I saw that in my brother when he met my sister-in-law. He was in his own world. And love is that you want to do the term love is it's selfless, and you want to do everything that will please the other person. And you can't stop thinking about the other person. I remember my brother being completely absent-minded and in his own world. So, we're not saying daydream about Krishna, but we could be present and the aim we have to, when we love, because we love Krishna, we'll build. If we really love Krishna, we'll be able to remember him 24 hours a day. So, yeah, we have to have this kind of love, like a lover has for at first sight, for Krishna, but not temporarily, but permanently. That should be our aim. So now in the material world, it's natural that the husband and wife have this kind of relationship. Maybe the children looks up to their parents like that. And parents similarly love their children. So in the material world, we have a reflection of that. So when we have that kind of focus on Krishna, that is what we call love. This is when we don't expect anything in return and only want to serve and please Krishna. Because he is so wonderful and we think he's done so much for me. Now, sometimes people complain that Krishna consciousness appears to be a bit mechanical. You chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, so many times. And they say, it feels mechanical. Why do you have to count? Why do you have to repeat things? That is what the following verse explains. So that if we don't have this natural love for Krishna, we are naturally at all times doing things for Krishna. Then if we have some sort of guidance on things that we could do that are pleasing to Krishna, like chanting the Maha Mantra, which means a vibration that liberates our consciousness, and dovetailing our activities in a way that is pleasing to Krishna. So these are the things we should do. So examples of this is offering prasad lovingly to Krishna. He says, if you offer me a fruit, a water, a leaf, and a flower, I will accept this, Krishna says, right? But Krishna is not looking for, he's not looking at what we give him, but he's looking at how much love we give him something with, right? So someone may offer Krishna gold, but if that's not given with love, Krishna might not accept it. Whereas if someone is offering him lovingly just a glass of water, he may relish it, and he'll accept it and accept that bhakti that devotee has given. So now, for example, they used to, I don't know if I have time to give examples, but so this story of a sincere devotee. So once there lived a poor brahmana in the city of Prastishtanapura in South India. He is a very sincere devotee of Lord Krishna and was satisfied with whatever the Lord had given him. He regularly heard the glories of the Lord from realized souls. At one such meeting, he learned that Vaishnava activities could be performed through meditation. So daily, he would take a bath in the river Godavari and then started meditating on the Lord. When he had fixed the form of the Lord in his mind, he began to imagine in his meditations that he was dressing that Lord very nicely in costly clothing with ornaments, helmets, and other paraphernalia. Then he offered his respectful obeisances by bowing down before the Lord. After finishing the dressing, he imagined that he was cleaning the temple very nicely. After cleaning the temple, he imagined he had many water jugs made of gold and silver. He took all those jugs to the river and filled them with holy water from the Godavari, the Ganges, Yamuna, Narmada, and Kaveri. He also imagined collecting all of the required paraphernalia and offered them to the Lord mentally, performing arati. He had been doing this for years, and one day he decided to offer sweet rice to the Lord. He prepared it in his imagination, but found it too hot. To ensure it was cool enough, he touched the pot, burning his finger. His meditation broke, and he was surprised to find that his finger was actually burnt. So while he was thinking about this, Lord Narayan in Vaikuntha began to smile. He immediately sent an aeroplane that brought the Brahmana to the Lord's abode. So although the Lord was present in Vaikuntha, he was also present in the heart of the Brahmana when he was meditating on the worshipping process. Thus we can understand that things offered by devotees, even in meditation, are accepted by the Lord and help one achieve the desired result. So the Lord is so merciful that even if one cannot afford to get the prescribed paraphernalia, the Lord accepts the offerings made mentally, if made by love. So we can't, no one could say, it's so Krishna is easily pleased, and he's controlled by a devotee's love. Actually, that's the one thing that could control Krishna. So we have to aim to be like this Brahmana that attracts Krishna's mercy. So where was I? So other examples of what we could do is we could see our house as Krishna's temple. So we've all come here to the Bhaktivedanta Manor, but it's a good practice to keep a picture of Krishna or a deity of Krishna and turn our own house into a temple. And when we're cleaning that temple or cleaning our own house, we could do that with that mentality that we're cleaning Krishna's house. Who's given us what we have? Krishna has. So therefore it's his property. And if whilst we're cleaning, we could do it in a mood that, I am serving Krishna. Even with and similarly with everything that we do, we could engage it in such a mood, in the loving service of Krishna. So it's not that we have to, run away to the ashram and become a brahmachari or brahmacharini, and shave our head. Krishna is not expecting that. We could be in whatever varna or ashram you are in, and remember Krishna and meditate on Krishna 24 hours like that as well. Because, sometimes, when we love Krishna, we'll love everybody actually. Because Krishna is our universal father. He's the original creator. So we all come from Krishna. So actually all brothers and sisters, right? And if you think that we're brothers and sisters, there wouldn't be any arguments or any wars. We wouldn't think this person is Hindu and this person is Muslim. And, there'll be peace, So, and we'll deal with each other in a loving way. That will solve so many things. If we could see each other, because if you could see each other as parts and parcels of Krishna and as brothers and sisters, because if we had if you thought of it in that way, and we had a common father, naturally we would treat our brothers and sisters affectionately, and therefore that would make our relationships in our lives a lot better, and also we have to see that, even in every act that we do, even procreating, we could think that I'm doing it as a service to Krishna. But, that this child I'm bringing up, I'll make it a devotee of Krishna. And then it becomes a service. So like this, we have to dovetail our activities in Krishna service. And also, when you offer prasad, it should be what Krishna likes. not what I like. That should be the mood. So, gradually we develop this natural tendency to want to serve Krishna all the time. And then, like I said, we have guidelines as Guru and like our seniors provide us guidelines and scriptures provide us guidelines of what we of what we should be doing, right? So if you don't have a natural love for Krishna, we have to awaken it, just like Lord Chaitanya did when he was bathing that footprint of Vishnu. And somehow that awakened his love. For some people, this love awakens very fast, and for others it may take years to awaken, or is gradually awakened. But the process works. I could say that for myself, it's worked for me. I wouldn't be chanting 16 rounds every day. I wouldn't have taken initiation if I didn't think the process worked. Initially, of course, it's difficult, but with practice, with anything, when you practice, it becomes easier. And the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is non-different from Krishna. When we chant, Krishna dances on our tongue. When we sit and chant, Krishna stands and listens. When we stand and chant, Krishna dances. This, and it's a personal conversation with Krishna. And if eventually you become addicted to chanting. So if I miss my rounds one day, the whole day goes upside down. So this process does work, and it's just the proof is in the pudding. Do you try it? So, and yeah, I'm quite young, so yeah, it's not like I'm that old. I could tell you that. Yeah, you could believe me. It makes you happy and peaceful. So if you love Krishna, everybody will be satisfied. So Krishna is like the root, and everybody, and when we nourish the root, the roots, the twigs, the branches, the leaves, the fruits, are all nourished, right? So this idea of we have to love Krishna and then we'll love everybody. We'll also love our children more. We'll find so if we get more news of what Krishna likes and doesn't like, and understand, and we learn that he's such a wonderful person and has such wonderful loving qualities. When we hear about him from a devotee, a spiritual master, or an association with spiritually awakened people, then our natural love awakens also. We all have this nature to love Krishna, but it's just lying dormant. So instead, we love so many other things. People love their sports, art, music, their dog or cat, their books. Some people, and we're all looking for a friend, a reliable friend. But ultimately, Krishna is our best friend. He never lets us down. My mum always tells me Krishna is your best friend. It's when I was whenever in school I was feeling like I was left out, I was like, Krishna is my best friend. Because Krishna is your best friend. He's always residing in your heart, and he's your constant companion, as Paramatma. So that's why it's recommended here that if you have a regular practice to hear about Krishna, to do some service for Krishna, then this has an effect on awakening our spiritual attraction to Krishna and a spiritual love for Krishna. The names of the Supreme Being have spiritual potency, so we regularly sing his names. The spiritual treasure house we have been given access to by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And by chanting these names, we awaken our spirituality and love for Godhead very quickly. So I've only got 5 minutes, so I'll sum it up. I was going to say more. So this is the process of bhakti yoga. It's a 24-hour meditation that we do everything for Krishna. We don't have to come here and live, like I said, we don't have to live in the temple. But we have to engage all our activities and think, what will please Krishna? Just like if we love someone, we want to do everything to please them. So the process of bhakti is the yoga of love. You could do physical yoga, but this is mainly for learning good postures for meditating. We don't do silent meditation very much in ISKCON. As a whole day is a meditation. Everything we do is a meditation. When you eat, like I said, when you eat even, you could think that the food is blessed by Krishna. So you could even meditate whilst you're eating. Bhakti yogi looks like so bhakti yogis sometimes look like everybody else sometimes. It doesn't mean you could dress very smartly at work and do ordinary things. But the difference is a transformation in consciousness. They see everything in relationship with the absolute truth and do everything for the higher purpose. So if we can't do this, we have to practice doing things for a higher purpose sometimes. And this will also help us. But if we could do this all the time, we are bhakti yogis. And the bhakti yoga, Krishna says, is most intimately united with him. It's the highest yoga because it is a 24-hour yoga. So everything can be done as devotional service under the guidance of the proper spiritual master. So I'm sorry about the interrupted start. Please do forgive me. Does anyone have any comments, questions, or corrections? I know I see seniors around as well. So, does anyone have any comments, questions, or corrections? I was going to sing a bhajan, but I don't think it's right. I can't sing a bhajan. Are you sure? I've only got like 2 minutes. So, really? Okay. Okay. So this bhajan is written by Bhaktivedanta Thakur, glorifying the chanting of the holy name. Radha Krishna bol bol, bolo re sabhai. Radha Krishna bol bol, bolo re sabhai. E shiksha diya sab nadiya, virje nache gauranitay. Miche mayer bose jaso bese kachu habuda bibhai. Radha Krishna bol bol, bolo re sabhai. Jiva Krishna dase bishwas, kuri rote aro dukhan dekho yonai. Krishna bali bojabe pulake habe, jorbe anki bole tai. Radha Krishna bole sang chalo, e matre bhikacha. Jai shakal biput bhakti vinod, bole dak o namagai. So I'll read the translation. We've got 1 minute. Chant, chant, Radha Krishna. Everyone chant. When Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda came dancing through Nadia, they gave these teachings. Chant, chant, Radha Krishna. Everyone chant. You're caught up in a whirlpool of senseless action and are sinking lower and lower. Chant, chant, Radha Krishna. Everyone chant. If you just understand that the spirit soul is the eternal servant of Krishna, you'll never have any more sorrows. Chant Hare Krishna, and your eyes will fill with tears, and your body will feel transcendental shivering. Chant, chant, Hare Radha Krishna, everyone chant. Simply chant, Radha Krishna and join with us. These are the only aims we beg. Chant, chant, Radha Krishna. Everyone chant. All dangers will be gone when the name is chanted, says Bhaktivedanta Thakur. Chant, chant, Radha Krishna. Everyone chant. So thank you so much for tolerating me and listening. And apologies for the interruptions and the mistakes I made as well. So please do stay for Gaurati. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening. Hare Krishna.
Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Adhika Shobha Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Janari Tatavande Jagamanadova Dakini Jaja Mamegadara Daki Vasa Tatadara Vasa Tatadara